Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. Memo here. Thank you very much for joining me. I apologize for the gap between videos, but it's been a pretty hectic 2 weeks. Life, you know what I mean. Anyhow, today I'm glad to bring you the first US released new mold for Optimus Prime by Magic Square. This of course is the Magic Square MS-B46B Pit Lord. This is their version of a Nemesis Prime. I wasn't looking forward to upgrading my Prime. I wasn't going to get the red version, honestly. I decided against it, but this new mold has me blown away. So, that being said, let's dive in. Included in the box, you do get the standard instruction manual and collector's card. The instructions are the standard fare that you're used to from Magic Square. They do unfold and they're printed on a very nice paper stock. It kind of has a rubber feel to it. But Magic Square always does a nice job with their instructions. So this is no exception. The card is what you would expect from Magic Square, smaller than normal, done on a nice plastic, and it does share the box art. The back of the card does show a silhouette of the alt mode as well as his stats. So let's take a minute to talk about hands, because we have a lot of them. They do come on a sprue. Be very careful cutting them out because the fingers are very thin. But we've got closed-fisted hands for holding your weapon, open-fisted hands for holding your weapon. You've got saluting hands, pointing hands, angry hands, which can also be used to pose with the chest open. You've got happy hands, and my personal favorite, the push-up hands, which do require assembly off the sprue, but they can pivot in and out. They look really, really good, and they're my favorite because reasons. The hands all have an interesting change, which is they have a ball peg rather than just a regular peg. So in order to put them on, you actually have to peg them in, and they approach from the side rather than being pushed directly on. He comes with an additional severely damaged head sculpt. It looks really good with damage both on the black and silver painted sections. The eyes look nice done in red, and the crest is silver as well. He comes with his axe, which pegs on just like the hands do. It's very nicely sculpted and painted in this nice teal. It looks outstanding. The gun is the same mold as you would expect with Optimus Prime. It's very nicely sculpted, but does suffer from a severe lack of paint. It's actually pretty big too. He comes with 2 additional smokestacks. They're painted in silver, and they do collapse. They're very difficult to get on and off though, so do so with caution. You get the matrix as you would expect, done nice in silver, copper, and teal paint. It looks really good. It's nicely sculpted. And I don't know if it's a mistake, but I actually got 2. Maybe they're trying to make up for shorting me the extra face in my copy of Hound. He comes with a separate trailer connection that pegs on during alt mode. We'll take a look at that when we get him transformed. As far as Prime himself, I am very impressed. His face is nicely painted with silver, red eyes, and silver on the crest. Looks really good. Coming down to the side, he's got painted smokestacks that do pivot forward and back, giving you some different display options. The chest looks amazing with red paint on the windows, teal on the lights, and silver paints on the grill and on the sides. Looks awesome. Going down to the waist, you've got teal paint on the waist over silver paint, and the thighs are painted silver as well. Down to the legs, the shins have silver paint as well as the tip of the toes. You've got nice sculpting throughout on this figure. No disappointment there. And I think that overall it does have a really good look to it. The back compresses very nicely. It's nicely sculpted and does not have very much kibble at all. And when you come down to the lower waist, you've got paint on the hips and legs also, and the back of the legs do have very little kibble. As far as articulation, the head is on a peg, so you can get very good up and some down. A little bit of attitude, and it can do a complete full 360. The shoulders have a very nice butterfly. Just bear in mind, you can overextend it and it gets locked. If that's the case, then just simply pull back on the backpack a little bit and that will allow you to push it back in. Not a huge issue, just be aware of it. The shoulders can actually go up well above 90 degrees, which is nice. And they do have the ability to do a full 360-degree rotation. The arms do rotate above the bicep, and you do have the ability to bend the arm more than 90 degrees. The new hands do give you the ability to rotate and a very minimal pivot up and down. The chest does open, as we've seen before, revealing the matrix, very nicely painted and detailed on the inside. The waist does swivel 360 degrees, and you do have a very nice 90-degree ab crunch. When articulating the legs, make sure that you have the side skirts out to prevent any damage, but this will allow the front skirts to fold underneath with the leg motion, giving you much more than 90 degrees up. As you would expect, the thighs do give you a nice range of motion with rotation, and the knees do have a double joint, giving you the ability to bend them much more than 90 degrees, as much as you would ever need. The feet are interesting. They're on a series of double joints and a ball peg, giving you the ability to move them in and out, as well as rotate, giving you a nice rocker to the side and up and down motion. And you do have the ability to bend the toes and heel down. Great range of motion on the feet. Here he is compared to the original release. There's a lot less bulk of the upper body, a little bit less detail, but this is the top of the line painted metallic version, so it's really not a comparison. Here he is with a Shattered Glass New Age Prime, and here he is with Magic Square Detective, their version of Hound. Lastly, we'll throw in a comparison to the original Ultra Magnus released by Magic Square. far as the alt mode, I like it. It does have some nice features. It's got rubber tires and silver paint on the fuel tanks. The silver stripe does remain from robot mode. You've got red windows now, as well as the red windshield with some silver windshield wipers. Stripe does remain all the way around, but now you have added headlights. And the front bumper does look amazing. Nice smooth top, no kibble there. The rear could have used some paint. That's a little bit disappointing. There's the fifth wheel accessory that you saw earlier. It looks really decent. And you do, of course, have the painted smokestacks. Overall, nicely detailed. And it does have a G1 cartoon vibe. You can bring in the original mold's trailer. It does work just fine. And it looks good. And it does allow for full rotation of the truck. For comparison, here we have him with the original Magic Square mold. New Age Shattered Glass Prime. Here's a view of all three just for a size comparison. Here he is with Magic Square Hound. And lastly, Magic Square Ultra Magnus. So, final thoughts on Magic Square Nemesis Prime. Definitely there are some negatives. He's not perfect. I did have to remove some excess plastic in some locations. Some of the joints, especially the butterflies in the shoulders, are a little bit weird with the fact that they do lock in a forward position if you push them too far. But that's easily overcome. They can just snap back into place. There is a lack of paint, especially on the black. I wish there would have been more. But the positives definitely do outweigh the negatives. The paint that is there looks amazing, especially for such a small figure. The articulation is astounding. The sculpting looks superb. And the alt mode and robot mold both definitely cater towards the cartoon accurate collector, which is definitely me. So, do I recommend them? Yes. I am, as I said, also going to pick up the red version to replace out the original Magic Square mold. I like it that much. So I did pick mine up from the Chosen Prime. Definitely, I will put a link in the description below. And please let me know what you think in the comments. I'm always looking for some criticism or your thoughts. If you haven't already, please like the video, subscribe to the channel, and I will see you again next time.